Let's take a peek at the market today. How's it doing? Dow's up 212 points, NASDAQ up 2.3%. Good day for the NASDAQ. S&P 500 up 1.38%. Where's that Tesla, my Esla? There's that MicroStrategy, my new Bitcoin play. Oh man, it's doing well. Shopify doing well. Walgreens already starting to kick it into high gear. Oh my gosh, did you guys see the deal that happened with Walgreens yesterday? Game-changing. Switch, JP Morgan, The Planet, Dropbox, Beyond Meat, Qualcomm, Skyworks, Tattooed Chef. There it is. Tesla, My Esla, hit $800 a share today. Up a huge again here today. Far exceeding anything the market is up and far exceeding what most stocks are up. And I'm looking at this stock. And as I do with this stock every single day of my life, I think, should I sell off my 750 shares in the public account? I'm looking at this stock. It's up 1,657%. I am in completely uncharted waters with this stock. I've never been up this big on a stock ever, okay? I'm in completely uncharted waters. I've never been here, okay? Ever. I mean, never this type of gain. This is just insane. And I think to myself, maybe today is that day, because I haven't even held this stock for this long. I mean, it'd be one thing if I held this stock for 10, 15 years and it's gone up 1,657%. It's a whole other when the fact is I added all these shares in this account in 2019. We just started 2021. So it's not even like I've held the stock for very long and we're up, we've 10x our money or 20x our money on most of the shares we've bought in this account, okay? It's absolutely insane. And so I'm looking at this and I'm like, maybe I should just cash this, okay? Next thing you know, late last night, I'm looking at Elon Musk. He has a huge package, okay? And when I talk, wait, that's not a bad, okay? He's got a huge pay package potentially coming, okay? Because basically he has all these tranches which he can unlock and get a bunch more stock options in Tesla, essentially. And I'm looking at this compensation package and it's massive that Elon Musk is gonna get, okay? And then I'm looking at the valuation of Tesla. $761 billion is trading at right now, okay? That is one of the largest companies in the entire world when it comes to market cap, okay? And keep in mind, Tesla's still really small compared to, if you compare them to companies like Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook, other companies that have huge valuations on them, like Tesla's a little guy, just flat out. And so I'm looking at that. There's always been a lot of hatred toward Tesla stock from either short sellers or people that are just jealous of the stock, honestly. And there's a lot of hate around Tesla. There's a lot of people very jealous around the stock, okay? You see things like this all the time, okay? One thing you have to remember, the bigger the top, the bigger the drop. So many people, saying that when this stock comes crumbling down, it's gonna crash so bad you have no clue, okay? Look at this. When this explodes, the sound can be heard past our solar system, okay? These are the type of things you read all the time. I'm 57 years old with more than 30 years experience in stocks. Never seen such a valuation for a company whose market share with only 0.8% of worldwide sales. Something is very wrong somewhere. This person says new price target is $10,000 per share. Why not? Bitcoin is $38,000 for absolutely nothing but electronic vapor, okay? These are the type of comments like people trolling, people hating, jealousy, huge. And I mean, this is huge with Tesla stock. Stop thinking P and start thinking how many people want the stock and wants to hold it. It's like everything else, supply and demand. P for stocks is like McDonald's and Coca-Cola. I don't even like comments like that, okay? Look at this comment. We now have a meme-driven stock market. PE and earnings are for grandpa. Now it is all about whose CEO is the coolest on Twitter, okay? Tesla is now worth more than all car companies on the planet combined. I've watched this Tesla go up on upgrades for the last year. They produce less than 1% of the cars built, but the company is worth as much as all car companies in the world combined. Can stocks just go up on upgrades? I have no stake in the stock, wish I did. But where does it realistically go from here? It is essentially valued such that over the next few years, it needs to generate as much revenue and net profit as the next 4 to 5 largest car makers combined. That is not happening. again. Yes, it is a growth story this year, but the long-term growth has been rather uneven, and there's a lot of new competition coming into view. Plus, autos are a low-margin business. This is not a pure tech company, as so many apparently believe. Something like 90% of their revenue comes from low-margin manufacturing, not too sexy. What would the dudes on Shark Tank think if Musk pitched them a business at 35 times revenue and 1,300 times earnings? Insane stuff. Not sour grapes, but I like to spend my time typing on Yahoo Finance message boards to hate on this stock along with everybody else in the world, okay? And this is the type of stuff you see day in and day out around Tesla stock, okay? Now, keep in mind, I did a video, this was back in, I think it was like early 2019, on why I thought Tesla stock's going to $3,000 a share, okay? Which now it has eclipsed that on a split adjusted basis. Now Tesla's $4,000 a share, okay? And I got so much hatred when I put out that video, okay? So much hatred, it was ridiculous. And so this has been going on a while. Like, people have been negative on Tesla for many various reasons, or jealous of the company, or jealous of the stock, or whatever it is, okay? It's been like that forever. And so every day I think about selling this stock, and I mean every day. I mean, literally last night I spent 45 minutes literally just thinking about this stock, running numbers on the stock, everything across the board, and I still can't do it. I still can't sell out of these shares. In this video here today, I want to go over three things, okay? I want to show you the numbers, the projected numbers I have for this company with revenue, net income, the PE ratios, things like that, and why I can't sell this stock still. Like, even when I look at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, we're up so much, we could take all this profit. Still can't sell it, okay? We're gonna go over that. That's gonna be the main part of the video. Number two, we're gonna talk about the cash reasons why I can't sell Tesla stock. And number three, we're gonna talk about the smaller piece, which is the Kathy reasons why I can't sell. And I don't know why I always spell Kathy with a Y. It's I-E, okay? But there are Kathy reasons why I can't sell the stock as well. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As always, if you don't mind, smash that thumbs up for me doing this video. I'm just kind of showing you guys my numbers and kind of going into depth on my thought process around this. I would love to be able to hopefully purchase a new farmer's market Ratatouille from Tattoo Chef. Is it Ratatouille or Ratatouille? Like, how do you pronounce that word? Ratatouille, okay? Wow, man, I want one of those, okay? If you want to join Stock Hub, it's absolutely free to do so. It has the best and biggest free Discord chat in the entire world for investors in the stock market. So if you want to join there, I might even have it as a pinned comment as well, but it'll certainly be in the description area. Now, I'd stopped the prep of this video and I had to go basically interview somebody, have like a phone interview with somebody. And while I came back, I was gone for like 40, 50 minutes. The stock went up a bunch more. So now the stock's well over $800 a share. Now it's, up $53 a share on the day, up over 7%. Just crazy, okay? Let's get into these numbers, okay? So how I want to go ahead and do this is I want to work back and I want to see if we can justify this valuation by working backwards on this. And I'll show you guys exactly what I mean, okay? So right now, market capitalization is $766 billion. Now, with a stock like Tesla, you're not thinking about, like, no one's investing in Tesla based upon what they're doing this year or next year, okay? People are thinking in terms of 5 years out net income. That's how everybody thinks when it comes to these sorts of stocks. Tesla, Amazon, those beast growth companies, they're thinking 5 years out. They're very special stocks and very special opportunities, and that's the way people really think about them, not based upon this year and next year, all right? So the first thing we're gonna have to figure out if we're gonna work backwards on this is what current PE would be fair for Tesla in 5 years from now, okay? And so we want to look at, like, what are the current PEs for the market? Currently, the market's trading at a 38. That's extremely rich, but a lot of that is because just like you're looking at a trailing 12 months. A lot of companies' earnings have been devastated because of Rona. Those will come back a lot stronger in 21 and especially into 2022, okay? Now, usually the market trades at a 14 to 15 current PE, but keep in mind, there's been many times in the past over history where savings accounts, you got really good money on that, and so it made more sense to put your money in a savings account versus stock market. Right now, in the super low interest environment with interest rates extremely low, there's basically nowhere to put your money other than maybe like stocks and real estate, and then if you want to do something like cryptos or something like that, right? I think a 22 is perfectly fair for this sort of market nowadays we're in, okay? You could maybe even go a little above that, but I think a 22-ish is very fair, all right? Now, a 22 for Tesla in 2025. I don't know why I kept writing 2026. It's 2025, okay? A 22 P, that doesn't really make sense because here's the thing with Tesla. They should still be growing extremely strong come like 2025. If this company has already, basically grown and they are not growing anymore, that means Tesla just fell off in a huge way. That would be extremely disappointing to, I think, every single person that's a shareholder of this company if their growth days are all gone by 2025. That just doesn't make sense. This company should be still a very strong double-digit growth beast on the top line in 2025. So 2022, it just doesn't make sense. That's fine if you're like Coca-Cola stock or Pepsi or something like that, but not for Tesla. So no way does that make sense. The most realistic comp all the time for Tesla is Amazon, okay? Because Amazon's one of those stocks, everybody's always looked at that stock and been like, it trades overvalued, it's overvalued, it's overvalued. That's what they always say about Amazon consistently, okay? But Amazon trades 5 years in the future. It always has and always, well, I don't know if it always will, but it certainly still does nowadays. And Amazon trades at a 93 PE, okay? Amazon's been around for 100 years. Amazon's a $1.6 trillion market cap and it trades at a 93 PE ratio for that company. So I could definitely understand Tesla trading at a 93 PE, let's say, in 2025. But I would want to be even a little more conservative. So we're not going to say that Tesla's trading at a 93. Let's say Tesla's trading at an 80 PE in 2025, okay? So what would that mean for numbers wise? Well, 766 billion is the market cap, so we need to do some math on this, okay? So 766 divided by 80, 9.5. So basically Tesla would be needing to do around 9.6 billion dollars. We're just going to call it even $10 billion of net income in 2025 to make this a realistic scenario, okay? And so, then we have to figure out, can this company get to a place where they're doing $10 billion on the bottom line net income in 2025, all right? So first off, we have to figure out the short-term numbers. Analysts have this company in 2021 doing top-line revenue numbers of $45.4 billion, okay? You have other people like Galileo. He put out numbers recently. He has a company doing $57 billion of revenue, okay? So there's like a $12 billion difference between what Galileo thinks and what analysts think, okay? I'm going to go somewhere in between. I'm going to be a little more conservative. Obviously not more conservative than analysts, but certainly a lot more conservative than Galileo, okay? I'm going to say in 2021, this company does $50 billion of revenue, all right? I think that's definitely very realistic. Model Y continues to ramp around the world. Possibility of some Cybertruck, a Model S at some point, the Plaid edition, which is not going to be a super high selling car in terms of volumes, but it will sell well. I got one on pre-order, and when those sell, they're like $150,000, $150,000. So 50 billion, I can definitely see that in 21, okay? Then you add the fact that so many people are going to likely upgrade their autopilot systems because the autopilot system is like so legit now, it's insane, and it's just getting to a place where it's getting better and better, and that's like $8,000 upgrade now. So 50 billion, I definitely think is possible for this company in 2021. I think that's what they'll do for a number, okay? 2022, I think they'll do $75 billion in revenue. Keep in mind, my numbers, a lot of Tesla bulls will look at this as actually very bearish numbers. A lot of them don't think, or basically think that this company's going to do way better than this, okay? But I have them doing $75 billion in 22. 23, I had them doing $100 billion in revenue. 2024, I had them doing $140 billion of revenue. And by 2024, the masses are going to be buying EVs like crazy, okay? Whether it's Tesla or for like other EVs. Right now, we're in a time period where everybody's looking at EVs, thinking about getting EVs, and things like that. Like the amount of questions I get about my Tesla all the time and the amount of people that are like, yeah, I'm thinking about getting an EV and those sorts of things, it's huge. And by 2024, the masses are going to be all about EVs. We're going to be at a huge inflection point where it's very possible there could be more EVs sold in 2024 than actual ICE vehicles. That is definitely a possibility. And if it's not there, it's going to get really dang close by 2024, okay? So Tesla's going to be putting up some insane numbers. 2025 is a year I had them doing $200 billion on the top line. Keep in mind, the autonomous taxi network should be fully up and running by that time. Tesla should have some really large revenue numbers pouring in for the company at this time. So $200 billion is what I foresee this company doing in 2025, okay? So if they're doing $200 billion on the top line revenues in 2025, I think it's cake, and I mean absolute cake, for this company to do $10 billion of net income in 2025. That's only 5% of top line to bottom line. That's cake. Even with Autonomous Taxi Network, and let's assume Autonomous Taxi Network is losing them money as they build that out. Let's say they're doing rides for basically a loss every time a ride happens, like they lose money or something like that, or make a very, very slight profit. Let's just assume that's a drag on the business. Even with that being a drag on the business, there's no way I don't see this company doing at least $10 billion in 2025 if the company's doing $200 billion in revenue. And keep in mind, that number, some people will say that is conservative. Now, I think it's more realistic that this company could be doing $20 billion in net income in 2025. If they're doing $200 billion on the top line, $20 billion is definitely within reach for that bottom line. And even then, that's not a crazy number. That's only 10% from top line to bottom line. Keep in mind, Tesla, as far as the cars they sell, they're just going to get more profitable over time. They're going to find cost savings here and there. They're going to continue to obviously have people upgrade for things that have already been built out. That is all straight profit. Like, think about it. Like, every time they sell a package, that's like the basically a self-driving package, right? That's all basically profit. This is all stuff that's already been developed by the engineers at Tesla and systems that have been worked out. That's like straight profit, straight into their, so 10%, I don't think it's a stretch at all for this company to have 10% of top line reach bottom line. I really don't. I think that's very, very possible. And keep this in mind, okay? A lot of Tesla bulls will say my numbers are too conservative, okay? Too dang conservative. So that's something to take into account. It's not like I have the most bullish numbers. Believe me, there are people that have far more bullish numbers than me. And I mean far, far, far more, okay? And so just on the numbers alone, this stock ties me down. It ties me down just at the numbers. Never mind the other things we're about to go through. Just based upon those numbers we're running through, it's like, why do I have to sell out of this stock? Everybody's so caught up in, they have this much market share and they're selling this many cars. No one's in this stock for what they're doing today. There's no one, okay? Everybody's in this for what the company's going to likely be doing in 5 years. And if you don't have a long-term mindset and you can't judge businesses on a long-term perspective, you belong nowhere near commenting on this stock. Just bottom line. The only people that should really be commenting are people that have long-term visions and can look at numbers on an objective basis over the long term and kind of know consumer demands and those sorts of things. You could have looked at Apple in 2008 and said this company's trading at a ridiculous valuation because Apple only has 0.5% of world market share when it comes to cell phones. Did people not understand we're all going to smartphones and Apple is going to be one of the biggest players in smartphones? And that's what people are missing with Tesla. Everybody's going to be moving to electric vehicles over the next 5 to 10 years, and Tesla's got a great chance to be the number one player, one of the number one players in the entire world in this space. And you're talking about this is just such a dang massive market. It's ridiculous. Numbers alone tie me down. Let's get into cash, okay? The cash reasons why I can't sell Tesla stock right now, okay? Here's what's going through my mind. $1,200 stimulus checks. Oh, here comes $600 coming this spring. Oh, now they're talking about $2,000 stimulus checks, very possible coming at some point in 2021. Where's all this money coming from? Where's all it coming from? You think it's coming from taxes? It's not coming from taxes. This is just money being out of thin air. Here's some money. Here's some money, okay? Look at the Fed's balance sheet. It's gone insane. I mean, not just insane over the past, let's say 10, 11 years, which obviously it's gone wild since the Great Recession, when it was around $1 trillion or less than $1 trillion, and here we are well over $7 trillion now. But just look at the last 1 year. The last 1 year. I mean, we went from just over $4 trillion on the Fed balance sheet to now we're well over $7 trillion, and that number's probably going to 8 or 9 by the end of 2021, okay? Could even go above that, but that's almost, baked in, okay? And so when you see those type of numbers and you're thinking about all this, you're thinking about cash, and I already have 7 figures of cash, and it's being devalued consistently and constantly with all this money printing and all this, let's just flood money out there, okay? I already have cash that's being devalued, basically because there's not money velocity right now. They're trying to flood the system with more cash, and it is what it is. And so if I look at Tesla and I say, okay, I got $600-something thousand in this stock right now, that if I sell out of that, I all of a sudden have $608,000 cash in my account that I can transfer to my savings account or another bank account or just keep in my portfolio. Do I need another $600,000 just sitting around in cash when I already have 7 figures worth of cash already? Do I really need that? There's a guy named Michael Saylor, okay? He's the CEO of this like spec stock I invested in. They own like over 70,000 Bitcoins, okay? Ticker symbol MSTR, all right? It's already doing amazing for me. Like I just bought it like a week or two ago and it's already doing amazing. And this guy always talks about melting ice cube, which is cash. And it is. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, it is really a melting ice cube. And, you know, when you this flood of money just goes out there, it's a melting ice cube faster and faster and faster. And he's got a great point. And so I look at this and I'm like, why do I need another $600,000+ just to sit in cash? You know, as far as other stocks I'm buying, like I'll buy those stocks as I buy them. I don't need another I already have 7 figures on the sideline. I don't need another $600,000+ to just sit around and melt. So that's the cash reason. Also, I'm looking at this and I'm just like, that doesn't make any dang sense. I'd much rather hold, you know, $600,000 in Tesla stock at the moment than another extra $600,000 in cash, okay? Now let's talk about a small reason. It's called the Kathy reason, okay? So first off, Kathy is like super hot, right? Like super, and you know what I mean, okay? I'm not talking like that kind of super hot. I'm talking about like she's the hottest ETF person out there right now, right? Everybody wants to put money with Kathy Wood right now. It's just facts, okay? And so money's gonna keep inflowing to Kathy Wood in ARK Invest. Like, you know, this isn't gonna stop today. It might stop in a couple of years or something like that, or it might stop, you know, when if they have a couple bad, you know, months or years around some stocks. But for right now, the money is inflowing to ARK Invest left and right, okay? And here's the thing when it comes to ARK Invest and Kathy Wood. And by the way, I did a full video on them on Financial Education 2 the other day, okay? Right now, on a split adjusted basis, Tesla stock is $4,000, okay? Because obviously they did the 5-to-1 split. The stock's $800. It's a $4,000 stock right now. And when it comes to ARK Invest, they have a $7,000 expected value on the stock, okay? So, which means they expect the stock to go up, what, another 70, 80% from here, from where it's at here today over the next few years? You know, that's a really darn good return on investment. Like that's, you know, nothing, you know, obviously it's not what Tesla has been, but that's still a great return on investment and still far better. If you expect that, like Kathy Wood and ARK Invest does, if you expect that, that's still a far better return than you're going to get on most stocks out there, like probably 99% stocks, right? But not just that, their bull case, which keep in mind, most investors, they invest based upon their bull case, not based upon their expected value or bear case, okay? Their bull case is $15,000 for the stock. Look at this, okay? We believe there's a 25% probability that Tesla could be worth $15,000 per share or more in 2024, okay? So when you look at that, do you think like Kathy Wood and ARK Invest is going to invest more money in this company? I'd say probably. They're probably going to put more. They've got crazy inflows of money coming into them. They're probably going to put more money in Tesla if they really truly expect that. Think about it this way. Imagine you had like 4 squares on the floor, okay? And you flip a quarter straight over those squares and the quarter bounces around and it's going to land on one of those squares on your floor, okay? And imagine one of those squares has $1,500 in it. So meaning your $4,000 ends up going to actually $1,500 and you lose, let's say, $2,500. Another square has $7,000 on it. Another square has $7,000 on it as well because that's what you expect. And then another square has $15,000+. Would you flip that coin? You know, it really depends on, you know, what level of risk you're willing to take. But I gotta say, I would flip that coin. And I would flip that coin like I was flipping my flapjacks every day. I'd be flipping that coin. If you gave me those squares and you put me at risk, you said, okay, if you're $4,000, you're going to go to $1,500, $7,000, $7,000, or $15,000+. I'll flip that coin every single time. That's all I'll do each and every day. I won't even make YouTube videos anymore, okay? You know why? Because a whole lot more times that 4,000 is going to go to 7,000 or 15,000 than it is going to go to 1,500. And that's the way somebody like an ARK Invest will look at this. So like, we expect the stock to go to at least 7,000, if not 15,000 plus, if things play out the way we think they're going to play out. So, it probably makes sense that we got all this money inflow into our ETFs that we go ahead and we buy more Tesla stock. And so this is a small reason why I still can't sell the stock, but it is another just kind of small reason out there, okay? And so the question I get from people all the time, and I remember, you know, when I did a podcast with Graham a few months ago, I think we did that in, I don't know, September, October, he even put me on the spot. He's like, you know, what price would you sell Tesla at? And this is a tough, very tough question. The truth is, I have no clue. I have no clue, to be honest, on what price I'll sell Tesla at. I don't have some magical price in my head that I'm like, if it hits this price, I'm gonna sell out of it. Like, I still will think of selling the stock every single day, but I just don't know, okay? Just as simple as that. There's probably gonna be a day when I sell Tesla stock, but I don't know. All I know is it's not today, okay? And so these are the reasons why I still can't sell Tesla stock. Hope you guys enjoyed this. As always, go to Tesla My Esla. If you don't mind, smash that thumbs up button. Helps the YouTube channel out in a massive way. Please don't leave without smashing that thumbs up. We really need it, guys. I very much appreciate it. If you want to join Stock Hub, it is absolutely free to join in there. That's the best and biggest Discord chat in the world for talking stocks with investors from all over the world. If you want to try to apply for my private group and try to get in there, learn my strategies inside and out, apply for coaching, those sorts of things, and try to join the 6, 7, 8-figure club in the future, you can do that. I might have that as like the second pinned comment. It's also in the description for the application. Thank you for watching and have a great day.